We don't have to do that, but okay, so fingers between our toes, warm our feet up. But if you're looking for a read about breath, then it's a really nice one, and it makes you feel good at the end of it as well. So I like books that do that. And then the other foot as well, same thing. That was a lovely little wave I got. It was brilliant. Good. So fingers through your toes. And again, we're trying to keep the heel and the ankle nice and still, or as still as possible. It will move. And we're trying to move the top half about. So we can go sideways, we can go up and down. We can do it like a wave. Good. And once you've done that, we're going to do this little massage between the toes, just stretching them out, releasing any tension here in your feet. Good. Excellent. And then the other foot, same thing. Good. So really feeling those lengthen and stretch out. It's your toes actually start all the way back up here, if you've not heard me talk about it before. So what we're trying to do here is if you pull the skin from between your toes and this kind of mid bit of your foot, if you just pull the skin and see what happens to your toes, you feel them bending in the way, or see them bending in the way. This is kind of an indication of what happens when the fascia starts to get dry or tight. So it draws in the feet. So if we press down and release, you can see your toes starting to lengthen. And that kind of release of that tightness in these toes. So what tends to happen with as we age is because we choice of shoes, and because we don't do anything with our feet, we just practice, we do biceps curls but not do anything with our feet, they start to pull in the way. And this pulling in the way sends a message to your brain and to your nervous system saying you're frightened and scared, which then puts you in fight and flight, which then stops your rest and relaxation, which means that you can't recover health. You know, you could get better from things, but you have much faster recovery if you've got less cortisol in your body and you're much calmer. So again, we can get into our nervous system through our feet as well. And then the other side, it's the same thing. So everything is so completely connected. So it's really important that we make sure we look after our feet. Okay, after that, we're going to spin around whichever way. I was going to go this way so I can see you clear. It feels odd to me this way around. So we're going to have our feet flat on the floor, and we are going to find our nice neutral position for our spine. So we want to make sure that your feet are really well registered on the floor, so that you want to always make sure that the big toe, little toe, and heel are equally registered on the floor. And register is probably not the right word. And you want to find your neutral pelvis at the start of this session. So we want to make sure that you've got a nice neutral pelvis, your rib cage is nice and settled on the floor, and the back of your head is on the floor. Then to start with today, we're going to focus first of all on the kind of movement of your rib cage during an apnea breath. So we're going to place our hands round our rib cage. So fingers, you want them to see your hands are partially on your abdominal muscles and also on your rib cage. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Now we want to feel our ribcage expand at like a 360 expansion. So we want to really focus on opening our ribcage towards the side and into the floor. So we're going to do 3 breaths just like this, focusing on this ribcage. You'll feel it move towards the front a little, but we're definitely not thrusting our ribcage off the floor and then back onto the floor with each breath. The back of your ribcage stays nice and settled on the floor for these 3 breaths. You can choose to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth if you want, or inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose too. So pick which one you want to use today. Morning, Verlith. Morning, everyone. So 3 nice slow breaths here to begin. Once you finish the 3rd breath, I want you to think about the exhale. So as we exhale, I'd like you to, as you inhale, you're stretching your ribs out towards the side. And as you exhale, I'd like you to really think about knitting the ribcage back together. But at the same time, think about the belly button moving all the way up through your body to the crown of your head. So there's this movement up on the exhale. So we're going to do our next 3 breaths like this. Inhaling nice and wide. And as you exhale, visualize this, the belly button moving all the way up through the crown of your head, but knitting that rib cage back together again. Quite often we get stuck with our rib cage quite wide open, either after pregnancy or through posture choices. So we want to make sure that our rib cage can close. Good. So 3 breaths like this. Good. So now we want to think about what happens with our coccyx and the back of our pelvis when we breathe.
So your coccyx, your back of your pelvis is pelvis has two halves to it, and at the back, the sacrum joins into the actual coccyx. So if you imagine it's like stuck in, it's got a little triangle of bone that then comes into your coccyx. So your sacrum into your coccyx. This area is all very movable and malleable. So it can, they used to think it was static, but it's not. Now, when we inhale, your coccyx actually peels out from underneath and opens up your back muscles. So it releases your back muscles so that it allows your rib cage and your spinal flexors more space to inhale. So we're going to do some breaths, and this time we're going to over exaggerate what the coccyx does. So still with your hands around your rib cage just now, or you can have them by your side actually for this one. When you inhale, I want you to roll down your pelvis towards your coccyx. So you'll have a massive gap on the floor underneath your spine. And as you exhale, I want you to think about that coccyx tucking underneath, like a tail tucking underneath, pulling your pelvis all the way around and your back coming onto the floor. So we're exaggerating this movement of the coccyx in the back of your pelvis just now. And I also want you to think, so let's just do the coccyx first. I'll do the next one. So let's do 3 breaths, really focusing on, as you inhale through your nose, your coccyx opens up like your tail coming from underneath your legs. And as you exhale, your tail curls back underneath. So you've got this beautiful movement, like a rocking movement through your spine. And inhale again. So these 3 nice slow breaths here. And exhaling, drawing your tailbone back up underneath. Good. And as you do this, if you try it for the last one to partially close your eyes or fully close your eyes and just feel what happens in your pelvis. For the next 3 breaths, what I'd like you to do is think about that coccyx opening, but I also want you to think about the sacrum itself. So I want you to really visualize or feel, so closing your eyes and feeling, if you can't visualize, is to feel like the coccyx is the sacrum is melting into the floor and the sides of your pelvis are growing apart from each other. And then as you exhale, think about the sides of your pelvis drawing in towards the center as your coccyx curls underneath. So we're going to do another 3 of these. So inhale, coccyx pulls out like your tail coming out from between your legs, and the pelvis widens. And as you exhale, pelvis draws together, coccyx curls back up underneath. Now, these movements are really important because your pelvic floor anatomy is all attached or connected to or supported by these bony parts of your body as well. So it's important, if we can move the bones or visualize the bones moving, we can really start to activate the internal organs or ligaments. Okay, so after this next one, still with either your hands around your ribcage or hands flat on the floor, we're going to do 3 breaths on an apnea breath. And we're going to do this exaggerated movement, but on the last exhale. So we're going to inhale, really arch, exhale, draw back. On the last exhale, you're going to come back to a neutral position before you do your apnea breath. So 2 breaths, really nice and extreme in your movement pattern and really feeling the movement. And on the 3rd one, you're going to open up your coccyx, but as you come back, you're going to come back into a neutral position, pause and open your ribs. So take it nice and slowly, gazing up towards the ceiling, or partially, I quite like for these ones to partially close my eyes so that you can really feel what's going on in your body. 3 deep, slow breaths, either through your nose and out through your nose, or through your nose and out through your mouth. Jaw nice and relaxed for this, and feel your coccyx, feel the movement. Good. So we're really focusing on this kind of melting or widening of the pelvis during the inhale, and on the exhale, this drawing back into the center. Exactly the same pattern as we get from our rib cage. And also from heads, but we're not going into that today because that's like a bit further away from our pelvis. Good. Once you've done these 3, we're going to dorsiflex our feet. So we've got this dorsiflexion, this drawing back and the starting engagement of the anterior chain. We're going to press our heels into the floor, draw them back towards our sit bones, keeping this pelvis neutral. Hands are going to go into first position. Now for this one, what I'd like you to think about as we're doing the 3 breaths here is I want you to not move your pelvis as wildly as we have been doing or as exaggerated, but I want you to visualize, I want you to keep your pelvis neutral, but I want you to think about that movement as you breathe, because the movement's still happening, but very subtly. So hands into your first position, gaze up towards the ceiling. 3 nice slow breaths here. Armpits draw towards your hips, shoulders nice and wide on the floor. And I want you to think about the movement of your pelvis, and your pelvis will move a little. It's just that we're not going to be exaggerating the movement. So your 3 nice slow breaths and then your apnea breath here with that real focus on the pelvis. Really relax your jaw. And think about pressing your head away from you as well. And then a really slow apnea breath. Peel the rib cage away. When you finish first position, you're going to take your hands to second position. Turn the other way so I can actually see you. Good. Once you're in second position, you're holding the ceiling up. And same thing, as you inhale, think about your coccyx peeling out and your pelvis widening, and exhale, drawing back into that center. As an addition, you can think about holding that little ball between your knees. So you've got that little bit of tension through your adductors. And then when you're ready from here, you're going to take your hands to your third position, back of your rib cage on the floor. And really visualize your pelvis. Keep those legs to feet dorsiflex. Keep pressing your heels into the floor. Once you finish that, you're going to stretch your legs nice and long along the mat and have them hip distance apart. Okay, so we're going to do a little routine now. Now we've warmed all that up and we know what we're doing with it. So we're going to work our way in lots of different directions probably. So we've got our feet hip distance apart. We're drawing back with our feet and our heels. You want to make sure your pelvis is neutral here. And I'd like you to try and tune into your pelvis through the rest of this because it's all going to be supine. So hands are going to be in first position and we're going to move our hands during the apnea breath. We're going to do 3 breaths in each of the poses today. So you've got time to really think about what's going on with your coccyx. So again, make sure your pelvis is neutral to begin. We're going to do 3, 6 and hold for 10. Ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So legs nice and long. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs first and move your hands for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hands back down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs and move your hands for 12 this time. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, hands back down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Move your hands for 14 if you can. For 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling here. As we exhale, we're going to draw both our legs up towards the center. So they're back into their like an initial posture position, about a 45-degree angle. Hands are going to be in first position. Now we're going to get some movement into this body here. So we're going to, as we inhale and think about our coccyx drawing out, we're going to stretch our legs out as well. So everything in our body stretching out. So we're just going to do our left side first. So as we inhale, we're going to stretch our left leg out and our left arm out. We want to be cautious of our pelvis, make sure we're not really overly arching our back here. We want to try and keep our pelvis as neutral as possible while thinking about it melting. Okay, so left side, we're moving in, out on the inhale and in towards the center on the exhale. Ready to inhale. Inhale, stretch. 1, 2, 3, and draw it back in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Stretch your left side out again for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. As you inhale, just point your toes, lengthen through your arm, really lengthen through that left side, and then exhale, bring it back in towards the center. We're going to repeat on the other side. So ready to inhale and lengthen. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, draw it back in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs first, then stretch it out for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, point your toes, lengthen through the arm. Really feel like inhale, lengthening through that side. Exhale, bring it back into the center. So we're going to go left leg, right arm this time. Okay, left leg, right arm. Ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs and move the hand and leg back out again for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, point your toes, lengthen through the arm. Exhale, draw them back in towards the center. Ready for the other side. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Think about that pelvis melting. 1, 2, 3, and drawing back into the center. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs and lengthen for 12. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here, point your toes, lengthen through this arm, and exhale, bring it both legs down into an extended position again. So this time we're going to take the right leg and we're going to cross it over the left leg, but we're going to place the foot flat on the floor on the opposite side of the left knee. Hands are in first position. The length that's lengthened, we're still pulling back as if we're pushing off a swimming pool wall. Hands into your first position, gaze up towards the ceiling, ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Think about that coccyx. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Move both your hands up for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8,
7. Back of your ribcage stays on the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, swap the legs over. Okay, so dorsiflexing the lengthened leg, the other foot's flat on the floor. Check in with your pelvis and make sure you haven't hooked your half of your pelvis off the floor. Good. Hands into first. Ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs and move both your hands for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, bring both your legs in so they're bent this time. Feet flat on the floor. To start with, we're going to do a bridge position here, and then we're going to play about with it a bit. So gazing straight up towards the ceiling, legs are a little bit closer in towards your buttocks than they are when we're out in this position with our dorsiflex feet. So you've got a little bit of support. And really visualizing what goes on with your pelvis again here. Backs of your arms are on the floor, palms face down towards the floor, gaze up towards the ceiling, back of your rib cage is on the floor. You want to press lightly into the floor with these arms. So we're starting to open up through this, your chest, and also start using the backs of your arms to strengthen them. Think about that little ball between your knees. Ready to inhale here. Inhaling 1, 2, 3. Coccyx curls under. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Tilt your pelvis just a little, so curling that tailbone under just a little more. Then press your knees over your feet at the front, coming up into your bridge position. And we're looking for a nice straight line between our knees, our hips, and our shoulders. Still that light press down on the floor with the backs of your arms. When you need to inhale here, you're going to inhale in position, and then exhale, release your knees back down. Cramps of Vitri. It quite often happens in this pose. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to place our right leg on our left knee, and we're going to dorsiflex our foot. We're going to keep our hands where they are, because I want you to think more about the pelvis than anything else today. And we're just going to do 3 nice slow breaths and an apnea breath in this position. So ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tune into your pelvis and your ribs. 1, 2, 3. Feel your pelvis nice and evenly weighted. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause and open your ribs. Hold for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, swap your legs over. Okay, again, find that nice evenly weighted pelvis on the floor. Ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, swap your legs over again. This time we're going to put the foot that's flat on the floor. We're going to put that flat on the floor. Now, if you think this might be too difficult for you, you can have a shot and see how you get on. If you want to, you can just stay in the original bridge position we did at the start of the bridges. Otherwise, we're going to place one leg on our knee. And what we're going to do is 3 nice slow breaths. And then we're going to tilt our pelvis and draw up into our bridge position. And once we're in our bridge position, you're going to have several options. So I know some of you like options. So ready to inhale here. Think about your pelvis. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Curl that tailbone under. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Tilt that pelvis. Push up through the knee. Option to straighten the leg out. Keep it dorsiflexed. Option to dorsiflex the foot. Option to bring the hands over the top of the foot. Good. Hold until you need to inhale, whatever position you're in. And when you need to inhale, inhale in the position. Exhale, bring your hands back if you've got them down. Release your knee, release your leg. Okay, so other side. Ready to inhale. I'll let everybody get here. Dorsiflex that top foot. Make sure the bottom foot, you can feel the big toe, especially on the floor. Ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Tilt your pelvis a little. So tuck your tailbone under. Press your knee forward. Lengthen your leg up towards the ceiling if you want to. Dorsiflex your foot if you want to. Hands come over the top of your head if you want to. Options, options, options. Make sure your pelvis doesn't drop. When you need to inhale, inhale here. And then exhale, hands down, bottom down, legs down. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Good. Give yourself a nice little rock from side to side. Okay, so now we're going to do a nice little thing for your back. So we're going to stretch our legs out to finish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is hands by your side, and we're going to pick our head up off the floor to look for our feet. But I want you to think about your neck muscles moving your head. So you're not trying to think about your shoulders or anything else drawing in. And then as you exhale, your neck muscles, the back of your neck muscles here, are going to slowly release your neck back down towards the floor. So again, this is a nice posture exercise. So the idea isn't that we press with our arms or try and move our shoulders to get our head to look up. We're going to use these neck muscles. So we want to start by starting to just pick our head up off the floor. So we're going to, first of all, in this position, pick your head up off the floor a little using your neck muscles. Then you're going to pull your head round with your neck muscles to look towards your feet. And your shoulders should still feel quite nice and relaxed. And then you're going to bring your head all the way down gently, using your neck muscles to descend it to the floor. If that tried, hope that felt, did that feel all right for everybody? Good. Okay, let's try one more time. So you're going to first of all just pick your head up off the floor using your neck muscles. So think about neck muscles picking your head up off the floor and then curling it round. So the ones that help you curl are these ones, the ones at the sides, this, oh God, I forgot the name of them. Look towards your feet. I can't believe I forgot the name of them. I was just thinking about them. And then slowly, slowly allow your neck muscles to bring it back down towards the floor. Good. Then roll onto your side, come up to sitting position, and we're just going to loosen the neck off a bit more before we finish today. So last thing for today, just sitting right on your sit bones. Think about those sit bones all the time. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take our head and we're going to look over one of our shoulders. And then bring it all the way around to look over the other. We don't always use the muscles in our neck properly to move our head about. Then you're going to take your left ear down towards your shoulder. And then bring it back.